Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to create an email reminder scheduler using the Excel VBA and Outlook in Microsoft Excel. So as you are seeing my screen, we have created this email reminder scheduler and we have this Excel sheet wherein you need to enter the data, like you can enter the name or email ID of the person to whom you want to send the reminder. You can keep the subject of the email, then the email body, and when you want to send this email reminder, you just need to input the date, and here you need to input the time. Keep this status column blank because that will be keep this status column blank that will be filled by the automation. Now let me show you. When you run this automation, you can click on run and schedule. So as you click on this, you can see it has sent all the email, because according to this time, if it is 5 minutes before of this time, then it will send the email. If it is for the another day, then it will just keep in the memory, but it will not send, and on that particular time it will send that email. Okay, so it has sent all the emails. Let us check our Outlook, because it will send via Outlook. Okay, so let me come to the, we can see here two emails. Okay, so it has sent that and it has sent that. So, and here we have three emails. So it has sent on the another email ID. Okay, so automatically it will send on that particular time. It will just keep the 5-minute margin, and it will update here like it was run at this time. After 5 minutes it will run again, and it will check if there is any new email that will send. So make sure that status column should be blank if you want to send it, because this email is already sent. So here it has written send. That means it will not send this email again. Okay, and if you add more data here, it will send that email again. Alright, now let me show you how we have created this. So we have put this from the row number 5, this header here, and from the row number 6 we have put this data. This is the normal table. You can create that. It's a normal range, not the table. Then you can go to the developer tab and the Visual Basic, and let me show you and explain you the code how we have created. First, we have taken one public variable, that is next runtime, as date, and here we are using the send due reminder, that is the sub procedure which we have created. We have taken dim ws as worksheet, and ws we have set the ws to the this workbook.sheets email reminder, which is this sheet. Okay, email reminder. Now here we have taken few variables, dim I as long, dim last row as long, and then we have taken dim current date time as date, and we have used current date time equal to now. So automatically it will take the current date and time from the system. Okay, then we have taken the another variable, that is dim pull reminder date time as date, and few other string variable like recipient, which is you can take the email IDs to whom we want to send, and subject as string, and the mail body as string, and then also status as string. Okay, then here we are taking two objects. So we are using the late binding here, will not use any reference. Make sure Outlook should be installed in your system and it should be opened while you are running this macro. Okay, otherwise it will not send the emails. So we are using here OL app for the Outlook app and OL mail as object. So we are setting the OL app as the create object outlook.application. Okay, so it will create an instance for the Outlook. If Outlook is not available in your system, or if it is not opened, then it will show this message Outlook is not available. Okay, so then once it is available, it will come to the last row. So let's set the last row. What should be the last row? So what we are doing here, we are using ws dot range b column application dot rows dot count, which is the last row. Okay, dot and xlup dot row. So what we are doing here, on the v column we are going to the last row here, then pressing the control and up arrow. So wherever we are coming, that row number 10, that will be our last row. Okay, in this case row number 10 will be last row. Now we are running a for loop here from row number 6 to last row. Why we are taking the row number 6? Because our actual data is starting from the row number 6. So to 6 to the last row we are taking that, and first we are checking here ws dot range g and I means first it will go to the 6, then 7, then 8 and 9 and 10 till the last row. Okay, so first let's say it is going to the 6, going with the 6. So g6, if g6 is blank, that means this one, if it is blank, then only it will run this or send this email. Okay, so if it is blank, that means status is blank, it is not already sent, and that is why I mentioned don't type anything here. You have to keep this column blank if you want to send this email, because it is already sent, so you don't need to make it blank manually. You can put your new one, but don't type anything here. Okay, so if it is blank, then it will take the full reminder date and time when we should send the reminder, that is column E plus column F. So column E is the date plus time. So if we use the date plus time, it will be basically date and time like in Excel, right? So on this date and time we have to send the email reminder. Okay, so this is the full reminder date and time. Now here we are checking the, or we are taking the 5 minute of the schedule. Before the 5 minute of the actual date and time, full reminder date and time, it can send the email. So we are using here absolute number ABS formula, then date div n for the minutes. So we are taking the difference between these two of the minutes, and if it can be negative or the positive, right? So we are using the absolute, the difference of the current date and time and full reminder date and time is less than or equal to 5 minutes, then it can send the email. Now to whom we want to send the email? Here from the column B we are taking the email ID, this column B, then subject from column C, body from the column D, then now we are creating the Outlook email, this one. And once we are creating this, to create the item we'll use here 0 to create the email. Okay, and here we are using the ol mail dot to whatever we have taken here. We can use directly this one also, you can put that. And dot subject, we are taking this subject. Dot body, we are taking this body, and dot send. If you use here dot display, then it will display the email in place of send. Now in the column G we are updating the status as sent. If this email is sent, then it will update here send. Okay, then on the E3 it will put the value as now, which is current date and time. E3 is this one, so that means we have completed this one, so it will put here this. After the loop it will put now, so that you can see when the last automation was executed. Okay, so you can check that. Now we are changing the next runtime. So next runtime will be now plus time value of the 5 minutes we are taking. So after 5 minutes it will run again. So it will check after 5 minutes, have you added more email to be sent or to a reminder to be sent, or maybe when it was sent the time was not, I mean few of the email was not sent just because of the time. So now it can send. So it will check again after 5 minutes. So after every 5 minutes it will run, because we have put here application.ontime. Application.ontime is used to run that. Let me show you application.ontime, this one, and if you put the space, then we put the earliest time, so that is next run time. So when you want to run, then the procedure name, so this is the procedure name, this will be the same name which we are using here. Okay, the procedure name. So it will be scheduled, it will run it again using this code. Okay, you don't need to call it because we are scheduling this on this particular time. So this is what we have created. Once you click on this button, it will schedule forever. After every 5 minutes it will execute the code, the same code, right? But due to any reason, if you want to stop this, so you can just run this code stop automation, and we can simply use application.ontime to stop this. Let me show you. If we use application.ontime and then we put here time like next run time, that is the public variable we have taken here. And why we have taken the public variable? Because we are using in both of the sub procedure here. Okay, then you can put this name of the sub procedure. So basically, if we want to schedule this, we will use this code, right? If we want to disable this schedule, then what we can do, here we have one option, put one comma, another comma, that is schedule. This one by default value is true. If this value is true, then it will schedule to run this automation. But if you want to stop this, you can just put here false, schedule equal to false. That means it will stop this automation. Now once we have created these two sub procedure, then we have created two buttons here. These are nothing but the simple rectangles. You can just insert the rectangle from here. Let's take this rectangle and drag the rectangle here like this. You can pick the yellow handle, move to the left hand side. You can fill some color, whatever you want. Let's say I'm taking this color. You can remove the outline from here, no outline. You can go to the shape effect and just say preset, and let's take this preset. Or you can remove this shadow, just say none. You can right click, edit text. Let's say I'm putting run macro or whatever text you want to put. And once the text is there, you can align this center, bigger, bold. Just right click and go to the assign macro, and you can select the macro name, whatever is appearing here. Let's say I want to pick this one, and then let's say I want to change the time. So let's delete these all, and I want to change the time. So for example, I'm putting here 11 a.m. okay, then I'm putting here 11:10 or 11:05. okay, or let's take the 11:03 only, because it will take the difference of the, so we have taken the different various time here. Okay, right now it is 1 minute in 11 a.m. If I run this, then you can see it has sent only 2 email, because it will take the difference of 5 minutes only. It is more than 5 minutes in 11:06. So after 5 minutes it will run again, and it will check this time. If difference is less than 5 minutes, then it will send that email automatically. You don't need to click on any button. But if you don't want to send that email, if you don't want to run automatically, you can just say stop the reminder. So here we have assigned, let me show you, assign these second one, that is stop reminder. Okay, so if you click here, it will stop the reminder. Reminder scheduling has been stopped. All right, so that's how we have created this email reminder scheduler. It is automatically sending the email, and you can use this to send the payment related emails or the some other kind of reminder. If you want to schedule automatically, you can fill this sheet in the morning, and you can just put the time and date and just run once. In the whole day it will send the email automatically. Okay, every day you can clean this data, just delete this manually next day, and you can fill the information. All right friends, so that is how we have created this email reminder scheduler. Friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for the watching.